I can stay away. So I think with all of like getting moving and all of the physical, mental exertion that took, I'm having a few days of crashing. That's why you didn't get a video on Saturday. They're obviously everything's going to be sporadic at the moment as my body goes through all of this change. So I'm light sensitive today. I'm completely exhausted. People with ME, CFS, chronic illness will totally understand this. So I'm sitting here quite bored, but I know that my body needs to stop. I've got to that level where my body needs to stop, and you have to listen to your body. And I'm very lucky, exceptionally lucky, that I have the availability to be able to stop when I need to. But I always have you in mind. And I thought, do you know what? Karen and Sharon just sent me this. And I thought, I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's going to take no energy at all. I'm going to be doing it anyway, so I might as well just share it with you and vocalise it, if my voice will take it. I've got this. Now, these come in amethyst, rose quartz. I don't know if there's any others, but oh my goodness. I tried this out last night. It was incredible. Incredible. I've never seen them before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the Crystal Palace in meditation using this. Now, I thought because it's clear quartz, this is going to enhance my third eye by thousands, basically, because it amplifies energy. Remember, clear quartz. There's loads of properties to clear quartz and all of them. But I thought with this, what it does is it goes across your eyes and your third eye. So not only have you got the beauty properties of this, obviously for tired eyes, headaches, migraines, clearing your mind, restful sleep. They are saying that it helps with skin and wrinkles, but I don't know about that. We'll have to see. But I thought this is the perfect aid to go over my third eye and literally amplify that portal when I go into meditation state. So I thought, that's what I'm going to do. Because the thing is, with chronic illness, right, I've always told you, and you'll know if you've read my book, Me, Myself and I, Diary of a Psychic, that if you get the mental part, the positive part, then you've done half the battle. If you lay and just think, my life's crap, look what I can't do anymore, and you give up, then you've completely lost quality of your life and your spiritual energy goes down, everything goes down. So I always try and find a positive when my body's saying no, and my body today is saying no. I'm telling you that now. So I feel like I've got flu symptoms, and that's fine. It's your friend. It's your friend, okay? You can't get rid of it. You can't do anything about it. You can make it the best you can, and I've been amazing. But sometimes you just got to say, right, that's fine. Can't look at light, can't do anything. So what shall I do? I'm going to go up to the spirit world and go and rest with the angels, my loved ones, whatever comes. Okay. But because I'm doing this for you, I'll ask him if I can't go to reality land, because otherwise I'm just going to be sitting having a cup of tea with my nan and my dad and my mum, or a glass of wine she'll most be having. And that's not going to help you, is it? So they'll know my intention when I go up. I'm just going to take some more of my herbal tea. Got hibiscus tea, like immune support tea. It's got echinacea in it and all sorts of things. And I put a bit of yarrow in. Do you remember when Catherine said about the yarrow? So it's about self-care, self-love, and respecting whatever condition you've got, but making the most of it on the bad days, okay? So let's give it a go and see what happens. Because last night I had all sorts of incredible visions as I was going to sleep. Then I found it on the side of me, because I'd obviously turned over. But I thought, why don't I do meditation with it and share it with you? These are available, by the way, at Karma. I never knew they existed. I wished I did, because I would have got them ages ago. So the amethyst is going to be mind-blowing for meditation in it, because that's just going to literally force even more of your third eye to be activated. But this one, I felt I needed it because it obviously is a whole ball of energy, and I need that today. So let's give it a go, shall we? So I'm going to go and see what they've got for us today. I'm excited. Don't need a physical body to do this. No, you don't. You might hear Mila munching because she's got her little chew there, so she's happy. She don't want to go out in the garden because it's too hot. So let's give it a go. Oh my God, it's so cool, and it just, I can't explain it. If any of you've got them, say about it in the comments, because it's like you've got this physical connection of the crystal properties. Just check that you can see me. Yeah, you can. Just about. Sorry, talk about unprofessional. I don't care. At least I'm talking to you. And it just feels like serenity. It's the only way I can describe it. Serenity, tranquility, like a vibrancy going across my eyes, my temples, which is beautiful. It's got to be great for migraines and headaches, surely. Hormonal balance, someone's just said to me. I don't know who that was. Must be Catherine. So my third eye feels like it's stretched, if that makes sense. It feels like it's pulsing with this on. And I can already see through my eyelids that I'm going to see imagery physically in my eyelids as well as in my third eye. I can see bits already. You can see a valley. Oh, I haven't even gone up yet. Hang on. Blimey. There's a valley, mountainous valley, beautiful ravine, like these huge fir trees either side. Straight away I'm getting visualization, and it's like I'm soaring through like an eagle would through this valley. So I'll use that imagery, which you can to a certain extent, unless they're taking you to an absolute destination. You can suggest in your mind's eye, if you like, what you want to do with that imagery they're giving you. So I'm sending an intention that I would like to ascend above this ravine. And bear in mind, if you do feel you are, looking through the eyes of an eagle, or there's an eagle there, think about the animal totem. Just note everything there, because you're being shown all of this imagery for a reason. So the excitement is not only going on the journey, it's about noting what you're being shown and researching it afterwards and thinking, wow, that's exactly what I need to hear at the moment. You've got your own self-encyclopedia within your chakra portals through your third eye and your crown chakra. You go up and you just enter all different beautiful experiences, lands, time slips, dimensions. It's an adventure. It's not a chore. I just go up because I think, well, my body's not doing much today. I might as well go up, just like someone does if they're in a coma, or if they're poorly, or, if they've got dementia, they just go up. And that's what you need to start telling yourself. Go up. Let your body be free elsewhere from all of the constraints of the 3D ecosystem, body. Just go up. Go fly. Go investigate. Go experience. So my intentions have been heard, so they've allowed me to go up. But of course, if they don't, they want you to go somewhere else. So you just follow their lead, okay? Beautiful white beach, crystalline, huge ocean in front of me, up past that mountain, and I'm ascending up. And of course, the spirit world doesn't exist in the clouds, but it's It's an imagery you create to say that you wish to lift your energy to that brainwave state. You wish to elevate it to where they are hanging out. So my imagery has always been up. If I say I want to go up, and they know that I want to go up to their level of frequency, which really is all around us. You'll have to please forgive my throat. I'm exceptionally weak today, so I sound a bit like E.T. I couldn't be better in my mind. Everything is just working out beautifully. So, you sound like you're eating with your mouth open, Myla. Okay. Oh, so I've gone through the cloud system and I'm now facing Archangel Chamuel. Haven't seen her for a long time. Just taking my left hand. She's sending me self-love energy. She's sending me peace and tranquility. And there's almost a sense of reward. Well done for negotiating this day and choosing self-love and peace and beauty rather than allowing the ego state to put you into a different state of energy. She's reminding me that the rose quartz would also work beautifully for me at the moment, filtering all the hardships of the 3D and emitting nothing but positive energy and love. She sat us down on some sort of bench, some sort of seating area, and invited me to survey the land. She's acknowledging that you may be aware that many humans' energy, well-being, mindful state is registered with the angel realms, with those that look after our planet. And all of the information is kind of sent back for them to evaluate and then bring the information down to vessels like me to then say to you, this is what you need to do. So Chamuel is showing me the landscape before us. It's lots of meadows. There's red wildflowers. So she's acknowledging the red for me is base chakra, and this will be for you as well. So she's acknowledging there's a lot going on with base chakra things around me, which is completely right. She's acknowledging this and reminding me to just take it easy, let it flow, and allow myself to just sit in love, sit in self-love, and let everything happen around me. And this is a message for humankind. They have been gauging morale, gauging mental health, gauging how people are feeling, depression, anxiety, worry, because obviously there's all of this propaganda and media going on that's being exposed to us with every weather disaster, every war, every murder, and God knows what. It's all being filled in there to give us this fear, okay? And she's reminding us that we must operate and choose love that makes us operate in a stronger, more clear environment. So, one, she invites you to invoke her, to sit with her, and she will show you through colour. She loves using colour, Chamuel, what things you need to work on or look at. So, for instance, if you were shown yellow flowers, that's your solar plexus. So perhaps you know, the ambition and drive has gone within you, and you need to start working on that yourself. The thing that she's saying to me, I'm not directly channeling. It's almost like it's my meditation. I'm relaying it back to you. Is that so many people look for the answers? They look for the quick fixes. They look for someone to help them. They look for someone to advise them. It's all in here. She said it's quite right how you described yourself as an encyclopedia. Everything you need is within. You just need to open that part of yourself up. And so, sitting with Chamuel, she's shown me that there's still a lot to be done base chakra level, which obviously is to do with me moving. And then right next to the red, she's showing me pink flowers. Just stay in the love. Don't get affected. Don't get bogged down with it. Breathe. Do what makes you smile. Create acts of self-love for yourself. So this is not only a message for me, it's a message for you. This is quite incredible, this mask, because the clarity of the mental imagery is quite stunning. It really is. And it's like an instant warp to their realms. It's quite incredible. So the acts of self-love, I'm going to repeat them again because she wants me to. I've mentioned them in nearly every video I ever do. They don't have to be massive things to change your energy. Please keep my voice strong enough for this. I just ask you, Gabriel. So, if I find myself laying here, I would do what I've just done, meditation. I'm now sitting in the arms of Chamuel while she's showing me beauty. There's a deer just walked past in the meadow. In the background, there is the mountain range, which I came over. There's the imagery. There's beauty everywhere. There's butterflies, dragonflies. There's a beautiful sun, which is it's like a pinky gold, but it's not like our sun that you can't look at it. You can actually look at it like a moon as it first comes into dusk. And it's not boiling heat either. It's just beautiful and radiant. I can't explain it any other way. So please think of meditating if that's what you wish to do. Again, it's simple little things. Put your favourite perfume on that reminds your senses and immediately creates happy memories of a space or time you've been in. You think of all your senses. Your senses are the answer to your self-love, you giving yourself something that makes you happy. So essential oils, certain essential oils that are going to help you with your mental health, ylang-ylang, sandalwood, bergamot, lavender. Have a think about these and perhaps start, taking a hobby in being mindful of what essential oils you're going to expose yourself to on a daily basis. And it heightens that self-love and self-care element of your state, of your energy state. Expose yourself to your favourite music. Yeah. Expose yourself to sound frequency. Sound frequency is very, very important. It's something that will, again, vibrate through your energy and create a way of being, okay? So that's important. Even if you're just sitting there reading your favourite book or listening to an audiobook, still have it in the background because your body will be listening to that vibration. You don't have to physically hear it. The vibration is hitting all of the energy streams in your meridian line right the way through. Right the way through your Kundalini. Sorry, she's just showing me something else now. Right the way through your Kundalini line. It's vibrating your chakra points. And if you have crystals around you, on you, then it's going to vibrate even higher. The Schumann resonance has gone absolutely so weird at the moment. I think yesterday it just whited out for a little while and didn't do anything. There's really weird stuff going on. Everything is energy and sound based. Use it to your advantage. Use it. It's there for free. Use it. So we have the sound energy vibrations. What we're looking at, we want to be looking at our favourite colours, or the colours that resonate with our current energy. And you will find as you awaken that you will be exposed to colours that you were never attracted to before. You were never attracted to them. Like, I adore green. Oh my goodness. Couldn't stand green for many, many years. Green, as soon as Raphael entered my energy and I started blending with him, and I had to go through all this healing process since my road accident, I have this implicit need to have green around me. And I would suspect this is because of Ariel. Ariel has also implemented this love the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, and of course it's green. And so I adore green. I absolutely love green. And so make sure that you're looking at your favourite colours in your environment. It's very important. Create that sanctuary around you. There's anything that brings you stress or upset, you don't want to be looking at that if you're going to be stuck in that room. Okay? So find a loved one. A pot of paint could cost £14, $20. Get them in and repaint your room, whatever it is. You know, create that abundance and that light, surrounded by crystal energy, surrounded by favourite photographs, surrounded by sound frequency. Think of all your senses. Smell what you're looking at, what you're hearing, what you're feeling, and what you're tasting. You know, again, acts of self-love in what you're consuming. And this is where some shadow work can take place. This has all been inspired by Chamuel, me telling you all this. She's got her hand on my shoulder, and I know that everything I'm saying is literally coming from her essence. So be honest with yourself. There may be shadow work that needs to be done in respect of what you're consuming or what addictions you may have. So be honest with yourself. It's an act of self-love. It's not a judgment. It's not a punishment or a feeling of, I'm so bad because I have this addiction. You have to remember that 99% of empaths, sensitives, light workers, and people that are attracted to watch me on this channel have extra sensitive capabilities. And with that, we miss home, which is a very high vibration. And many of us would have undergone, or still do, have and also we can be in that genealogy, don't forget, to have this need to have an addictive trait, or we end up with addicts, okay, that are addicted to things. And I think every partner I had, apart from Darren, had an addiction. So these addictions, that whatever they can be, they could be food, sex, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, whatever it may be. And just see how you feel about that addiction. See where it's stemming from. See what you are trying to mask or not want to deal with. There's lots of people on this planet that obviously also have depression, and so they want the stimulant to get a dopamine effect. There are all different reasons for you wanting to implement an addiction. And so we need to dive deeper on this. We need to implement shadow work to look through and find out what is creating that. Now, say your truth, Nicola. My truth is that when I was retired from the police service, medically retired, I was absolutely devastated. The person I was with had an alcohol problem, and I indulged with him. So I was drinking very heavily, and I wanted to blot out the fact that I did not want to accept that I was no longer a police officer. I'd lost my family, I'd lost my way of being, I lost my complete passion in life. Everything was catastrophic at that level. And as you know, part of my soul contract is to experience loss, trauma, bereavement, everything you could possibly be thrown at, I've had to show you how to get through it, how to manage it. And I'm no guru, darlings. I am no exceptional, look what I've done, here's the book for it. I'm not that person, because I'm still completely crushed by losing Darren. I'm still being triggered by the fact that currently I'm in storage. I'm seeing the bigger picture and it's magnificent. That's the difference. That is the difference. Not staying stuck in the actual gut reaction to bad situations. I'm existing in the peripheral. And so during this time, it came to a moment where I was drinking every night, at least a bottle of wine, sometimes two. Not in an abusive way or anything like that. It was just my first thing to do was to soothe the pain, numb the pain. And I came to a conclusion. I remember sitting in meditation, and this exact moment that Chamuel has reminded me of has now come to play to help you for whatever reason. I would hope that this will touch someone and assist them. And I analysed my behaviour and what I was consuming. I was smoking at the time as well. And I know the exact date that this all come to pass. It was the 3rd of the 3rd of the 3rd, the 3rd of March 2003. And I sat in meditation, and perhaps it was Chamuel. Wow, what a realisation there. And I thought, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing to assist how I cope with this next trauma that has befallen me. I am not helping myself. I'm not loving myself. I'm not doing what is right for my physical, mental, spiritual body by doing and indulging in this behaviour. And so I sat with myself. I came out of the meditation. I wrote down the pros and cons of what I was doing. I wrote out why I felt I was doing it. I wrote out how badly it was affecting me, my mental health, my body, my relationships. And that I just didn't care about anything. I just wanted to walk my dog Mina at the time and just feel sorry for myself, you know. She was a little puppy, so I just indulged in her and drinking wine. And it was never judged because it facilitated my partner at the time to drink as much as he wanted as well. And as I did this self-analysis, I realised that it wasn't the alcohol that was a problem. It was my attitude and my behaviour that was choosing to numb the symptom, which was being retired from the police. And so I realised I didn't have an addiction as in that was the problem. The problem was the situation I was in. So I had to transmute that, I had to alchemise that situation. And so I decided then and there that I would not touch another cigarette. And I decided that I potentially needed support, counselling and help to adjust to the fact that I was using alcohol as my salve. And so I stopped drinking that day and started to seek support groups and counselling to deal with this bereavement of this sudden loss of my career and everything that entailed. And then at the time, my mum was living in Spain, so I went to Spain for a couple of months and sat at the base of the mountains. This is, oh my goodness, this is what you're showing me. Oh, wow. I see. Oh my God. So it was Chamuel sitting there. She was there showing me self-love. She was showing me how to get through this and how to make myself happy. Oh, my ears are ringing. So the mountains I used to sit at, that's why she's showing me the mountains. I get it. My mum lived in Alarin, and so the mountains of the Sierra Madres were just behind. Wow, that is so clever. This is insane. Wow, what a realisation. So I didn't know it at the time, back in 2003, that I was obviously conversing and having a reflective energy consulting me, and it was Archangel Chamuel. I had no clue. I felt it was just, I didn't know, I just knew that I had my intuition or some voice from my higher power, whatever it was talking to me. It was her. What a beautiful realization. What a wonderful experience. That's incredible. And so I started to learn to own my boundaries. I learned to stand my own ground, and I started to plan. And I started to breathe in the bougainvillea, the jasmine, and all the beautiful. That one of my favourite plants was the Senora de la Noche. I think it's the Lady of the Night or something. The smells. Oh, the smells in Spain, and I used to sit and journal and write and make a plan of what I was going to do in a complete sober and focused mind, rather than feel sorry for myself and sit in victim mode and allow myself to numb the pain. I started with a plan.
Nicky Alan leading the way, caring and sharing, saving the day. Karma crystals, shine on everyone. Karma me world.
And that plan was how to spend my time, how to incorporate what I love doing into a work environment, and what I was actually going to do in my life. But then, as you know from the rise and fall, my house became alive when I returned back from Spain, and Spirit World took the reins and basically edged me into a corner to work as a medium. So I've omitted that. I kind of went from being retired and then talking about in my book about the hauntings of my house, but I missed out the bit where I needed to find myself and create that plan and that intention. Then the letter came through that officially nailed it, because I've been told, obviously, via email. But when the letter came out officially, after I got back from Spain, that's when boom, boom, boom. But I'd already created the plan. I created a plan that I should apply for, good communication skill jobs and things like that. And so I was doing investigations, private investigations, all sorts of things. It all went wrong, didn't work. So the beauty of this is the realisation that actually Chamuel was reminding me she was there back then, 23 years ago, reflecting everything back at me and encouraging me to lose the behaviour that was not going to take me anywhere. And so this is how the shadow self works. People talk about shadow work and think it's very difficult, it's very complex, it takes a lot, but it doesn't. You just have to dig deep and be brave and admit to yourself if there's anything that isn't working for your greater good, whether it be relationships, whether it be your behaviour, what you're consuming. And I was very mindful then of what I was eating and drinking and putting into my body back then, after this realisation that my behaviour wasn't doing what it should, and I ended my relationship with that person as well. So I was completely back on my own, completely focused and ready for this next wave of experience to come my way. And that took a while. It took a few months. But the whole point is that by focusing on what was within my shadow, released me to my truth and my freedom. Does that make sense? She's showing me a hare, as in a rabbit, a hare. So I need to Google that afterwards to see what the animal totem refers to with the hare. That'll be interesting. Thank you, Chamuel. Michael has just entered into the space and assured me that he's still remaining with his strength. He's still creating energy, giving me courage to make the changes I need to make. And there's a beautiful protective element around me with his love and strength. How beautiful is that? For planetary energy, this is exactly what he's doing with the planet. He's, for those that are invoking him or is able to reach, he's giving them strong, steady energy for them to have the courage to change. So I ask you, if you need that in your life at the moment, then ask Michael to give you that energy, to not fear change and to give you the courage to make the changes you need to make for the greater good. And this can also be implemented on any behavioural changes you need to make for yourself, or, if you're dealing with others. That's what he's just put in there. He's protecting the planet as best he can. He sees everything living, every life force on the planet as a part of his own child's love. It's always like everything I look upon feels like my children. By all means, he doesn't mean that he's the father, but the father of all. But his love and compassion for every growing thing on this planet is second to none. And he's fierce in his protection. So don't forget to invoke this stunning essence. This angel essence just exudes nothing but strength, protection, and real, Knight of Swords energy. Just wage in there and have no fear. Just check you're going in the right direction first. 2 angelic energies. Wow. It seems we're going into some sort of predictive element here, because there's a huge wall that's just come up in front of me. And then I've seen Trump and migration issues. Is this come up in the news, or is it going to come up? They've taken me into the predictive element of what's going on in the world and what's spiking the energy. And this is to do with Mexico. The first thing I think of is obviously the wall, migration, Mexico. Gabriel's energy. There's a huge bronze, goldy, blue, flashy light. That's Gabriel. Oh dear. Okay, so what's spiking the energy soon? We've got the new moon. It's just transpired. Got all this energy. I think Faye told me, I think it was in Capricorn. So it's endings, deaths, things have been tied to being released. However, there's something to do with migration that Trump's going to kick off again, about something to do with that, and Mexico, or something to do with migrant laws that's going to kick off another spike of energy. Behind that, I'm seeing religious buildings. So these could be synagogues or mosques. Wow, I wanted to stay in the angel energy. They've pushed me into predictive energy now and Gabriel. Boo. Yeah, so it feels more synagogue-like. I hope we're not going to get more attacks on synagogues, but there's some rise in the energy to do with this. Tunisia's come up as well, but this feels more like on a weather front issue. So potentially we could be seeing storms or issues in Tunisia. The heightening heat at the moment, in lots of areas, it will get to a point of whoa, and then there'll be a lowering, there'll be a cooling effect of that. But we have to be aware that there'll be lots of propaganda, there'll be lots of media, there'll be lots of, oh God, the world's coming to an end, it's getting boiling. Just water off a duck's back, please. It's just another way to throw in the fear levels to us, my darlings. Yeah, there's quite high levels, which could lead to some people going over, passing up, because they are literally highest levels. I'm wondering if this is to do with, we've got obviously this issue with Iran. I wonder if we've got refugees who are dealing with severe heat, monumental heat, and this is creating issues in potentially refugee camps. I feel like I'm seeing exposed people in already high temperature countries, and it's even more so. So we could have a spike of energy of needing help to go into these places with water or moving them or some issue like that. But the extreme weather is going to create a problem there. When I ask about Iran, there's still no hold up. There's still, I'm hearing there's still 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, that chaotic number around the Hormuz Strait. So again, it's tit for tat. I don't feel any conclusion with this at the moment. Even if we hear words, we hear word, yes, it's all good, it won't, it will close back down again. Massive issues going on there. Again, this will have the ripple effect of the repercussions of it, which will continue. There's nothing changing there for the time being in respect of oil supplies and goodness knows what. Why does Japan keep coming in there? I've got no clue. Japan's just been written up. I don't know why. Spike in Japan. I was talking about water, oil reserves. Don't know. Can't see anything past just the words being written up. Yeah, there's continuing animal welfare laws changing every day, which is absolutely wonderful. Ariel's always going to put a little bit in. Change of power for UK. This is funny. I'm seeing Rupert the Bear. What does that mean? You trying to show me what country you're in, or? Sure, someone mentioned this name to me a few days ago. Is it Rupert? Is there a Rupert that could take over? I don't know. I don't want to think too much. So I'll come out of where I'm at. I don't want to go into my own mind. I can see Rupert the Bear. Perhaps it's the name Rupert. Don't know. Random. Imagery is so clear with this on. It's ridiculous. Okay, what are we seeing now? Still continuing. I'm seeing a whale in the water in different environments. There's still mass, unusual what are the words? Migrations for animals. We're still going to see whales, sharks in completely different territories I've never been in before. Unfortunately, because of this polar shift, these shifts that are taking place with Mother Gaia, they're losing their direction still. So we're still going to see beachings. We're still going to see those whales and animals being beached, and that's awful. But it still continues. It's temporary. I'm seeing the Ten of Swords. So this is temporary. So it feels like it will come to an end. It's just still the shifting process. It is not a sign that the end of the world is nigh, because this is how lots of people are embracing this energy. And I think this is why Chamuel came in to begin with. It's like you've got to start staying in your sanctuaries and not allow all of this to infiltrate you and bring you fear and worry and anxiety. Send that love out, the love you create within your sanctuaries. Send it out to those that need it. Russia's highlighted again, but it always is, isn't it? Let's face it. Crone. Russian. Is that spies? There could be an inquiry into spies, either over here or over there, UK to there. Even the USA could be involved in that. Something to do with spies, either being exposed, KGB, or some inquiry into something to do with that spy network to do with Russia. It could be going back to wars, could be going back to the Cold War. It could be a modern investigation, but there's something going on to do with that. I've seen imagery of it's almost like Poseidon. There's a very large being with a trident from Atlantis, but I don't feel I'm actually standing with him. It's like the imagery's been portrayed within me. A lot of you will be waking up to this. There's a massive surge of Atlantean consciousness hitting humanity. So you may get recounts, dreams, affiliations to the sea, mermaid, mermen, Atlantis, needing to be by the ocean, anything like that. There's been a big, huge consciousness shift, and the Atlantean energy is in as well now. So we've had the Christ consciousness, haven't we? We've had a lot of things coming in, the dragon energy, and now we're looking at Atlantean energy. So you may feel the need to be near the ocean. You may start having seashells in your home more than normal, or whatever it may be. But embrace the Atlantean energy. It's a warlike energy, but it's a warrior energy, if that makes sense. Because I have had the most vivid recall dreams of previous lives in Atlantis, where Darren literally said he had another one of your dreams last night because you were screaming and throwing some sort of spear and saying, join me in the colonies. I'm like, okay. So we've got this beautiful Atlantean energy. I don't know what that means in respect of the cosmos or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know how it aligns with planets or anything like that. I just know that this energy is coming in a strong, vibrant way to awaken that energy within those of you that were and had previous existences in Atlantis. So don't be surprised if you start seeing these in your meditations, or you just have this intrinsic need to have anything sea-based, if that makes sense, okay? If you live near oceans, get in them, swim in them, be amongst them, be around them, be near them. It will raise your vibration, it will raise your knowledge, it will ascend you higher in respect of your spiritual awakenings, your development. They're there to assist that through igniting that little DNA strand that remembers and once lived and thrived in Atlantis before it fell. Still going though. I've already been told that. It's still going. There's still a frequency vibrating. They're still there. Way down. It'll all come to pass. It will all come to pass. Ah, thank you. And that's why I've had this imagery of one of our mermen there. One of the Atlanteans, because their frequency is vibrating and trying to help the trajectory of all of our migrating animals and bring them back to a normal sense of where they're going and what they're doing. We've got a sonar going on as well. So some of you could experience that, if you, especially if you're past Atlanteans, you could start hearing that sonar energy. A bit like when you hear the ringing of angels in your ears, you know. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh dear, okay. They're saying that my energy isn't at its optimum, so I have to pull away now. What a shame. I think that I may come back down and acknowledge you, and then I may just rest and allow them to just take me into a dreamy state of oblivion, because this is just, it's been sublime, beautiful. What a beautiful experience. And that is how you cope when you cannot move, you can't get out of bed, whatever reason, or you're just completely stuck in your energy. I really hope this has helped to inspire you, give you strength, give you love, show you how to get through the bad days. Even if you haven't got chronic illness, you're just having a bad day, give it a go. So let me just come back down. Let me just thank Chamuel, Michael, Gabriel, that beautiful, stunning man. He was there but didn't connect with me. I was still in the angelic vibration. I have no idea how long I've been here, so that's most probably why they're pulling me back. Don't want to ravage my physical body. Yes, Chamuel has reminded you that anything that will feed your heart chakra, very much needed at the moment, heart frequency energy to help uplift your emotional well-being. I think I've got a pre-night on today with my mica and strawberry quartz for that pre-night. They're really good heart chakra crystals. Anything that feeds your heart chakra. So that's not just crystals, that's happiness, family, people that love and support you. They show me the Three of Cups in the tarot, you know, celebration of people that love you, having a weekend away, going out for the night, whatever it may be that you could possibly do to help feed your heart chakra. This is needed. I would suspect, I haven't shown me this, I suspect there's just more and more news of what next, what earthquake next, what this, what that, what volcano, this, that. And you're just like, oh, God. And this is exactly what it's all about. It's just trying, the elite trying to bring you into this state of surrender where you just think, I'm done, I can't stand any more of it. Feed your heart chakra. Promise yourself. It keeps you vibrant and strong. It feeds that solar plexus and then realigns everything. We've got this, okay? So I'm just going to do imagery of me coming back down to being in this room so that I can get back down to terra firma. So I'm literally just, I hate saying goodbye to him. It makes me emotional. I'm going to go back up in a minute. I think Maya needs to go out as well. I'm mindful that she's in the room with me. So I'm already aware I'm back in the room. I see myself come down. Boom. Back into my body. Wiggle my toes. Wiggle my fingers. Oh my God. That is just, take off the magic mask. Oh my God, that was just the best ever. See? If someone comes across this halfway through, they'll think, oh my Gabriel, what is she doing? And that's what you do, darlings, when you're having a shit day. Look at that. They've brought me back just before an hour. You couldn't make it up, could you? You couldn't make it up. Oh my God, look, I've got a double chin. Look how rough I am. I don't care. I love myself. I love my life. I love my future. I love my friends. I love my beautiful baby Mila. I'm full of love. Chamuel does that, right? So I can't, but can you believe that realisation? Talk about shut the front door. The mountains I was in right at the beginning were the ones that I used to sit in to go through that whole story, and for her to say that was me there when I was hitting the wine. Oh my God, do you know what? Oh, the self-discoveries and the beauty of how this works is just second to none. Seriously. I thought I'd only been up there about 20 minutes. It's an hour. I know. Oh, look at me, bless me. I'm going to have a little nap with my mask on. See what they show me. So yeah, I feel really, and this is what, when you do that, when you sit in that energy, you're just like, oh, everything's lovely and fluffy. And they even chucked a few predictions in, bless them. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that. As I keep saying to you, everything is all sporadic. It's not timed. I never know when I'm like ready for a video, what I'm going to do. The body doesn't know what it's doing at the moment as well, because I'm obviously, still in between houses. Oh my, I'm not going to say anything yet, but if this pays off, this is going to be absolutely ridiculous where I'm going to end up living. It is beyond. Do you know, I thought the last place was not a spot. All that heartache and pain because I thought they'd taken away my dream home. You just wait and see. All that heartache. And I think that's why Chamuel was perhaps here, because sometimes when you have events take place in your life that completely feel like the end of like what you can handle, you start seeing why they did it and why the universe created what they did. And then you realise when you look back, wow, I'm really glad that happened, because this wouldn't have happened. You've just got to endure the heartache and the disappointment as you go along and just sit back and think, right, there's a bigger picture to this. Don't go into victim mode. Don't go into, why me? Why has this happened? This is shit. Just hang on in there, because the bigger picture will be more magnificent than you could possibly imagine. I feel a bit weird. I don't want to jinx it, but oh my Gabriel, I'm not even, if this comes off, when it comes off, Nicky, sorry, Chamuel, when this comes off, this is going to be epic. Epic. So, darlings, for those who don't know me, think, what the hell is she talking about? But watch other videos if you want to. Thank you for sharing your time with me. And thank you for honouring my condition. I do my very best to reach you whenever I can. And that just felt blissful. Blissful. So I'm going to have another herbal tea. I'm going to lay down, put my mask back on. I'm going to put the rose quartz one on next, because that's Chamuel, isn't it? It's Chamuel's quartz. And I'm just going to go and bathe in bliss wherever I go next. And then I might let you in on the next one. But talking, I can feel. Can't talk too much either because it uses your spoons up, doesn't it? So anyway, I'm going to shut up now. I love you all. Thank you for tagging along, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of that. And give yourself some time to do some shadow work. Don't judge yourselves. Love yourselves. Till the next time, God bless. Please press the like button and the subscription, because that's what will keep our tribe going. Many thanks. Love you all.